Hey there everyone, it's Lori with makeup. A makeup video, not really, I'm just actually getting ready. I'm gonna go and look for furniture. So while I'm putting on the last bits of my makeup, I thought I would say hello and do a quick video. I woke up early, it's Saturday. I'm not working. I don't work Saturdays anymore at my new place. So I woke up early because the workmen that are doing Burke's room, you know, his bathroom, are here. Just trying to see myself in the mirror here. They came early, like 9 o'clock. I was up at 8:30. Just, I don't want to be caught in my nightgown. I hate having workmen in my house, even though these guys are great. Bella, what are you doing? But I had to wake up early because, you know, I had to put the dogs and the cat in my office so that when they're doing work, they can't escape because, you know, they're coming in and out of the front door, back door, etc. So anyways, I'm just putting on some of this Laura Mercier. I finally got worn down by all of you raving about this, so I'm just putting on a little. And what I like to do is I use this Real Techniques brush. It's the buffing brush, and I like spray it with a little bit of water, or I spray my face with Fix Plus so that it's moist, and then I take little teeny bits and really just buff and buff and buff until you can't buff anymore. And then I might set it with a little bit of this Laura Mercier mineral powder. The color I got in this, the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation, is Sand Beige. So it's good if you want, you know, full coverage for the whole day, which I sort of do. And I already did, no, we're not gonna bark. No. I already did my eyes. I don't know why I'm all stuffed up all of a sudden. I already did my eyes, basically just using the good old Naked palette, the original Naked 1 palette. I use it wet. I use almost all my eyeshadows wet. I spray a little bit of water right on my desk, dip a synthetic brush in it, and then I just pat it on. And so I did put it underneath, and I lined inside with brown. It's kind of the look I've been doing lately. And then another thing I've been doing, which I really love, I use this brush, like I just kind of wipe it off in between each thing. So I've used it for both now, cream and then a little bit of the Laura Mercier powder, mineral powder. Then just wipe it off, and then I use this. And this is from Lush, and I love it. It's called Feeling Younger Skin Tint. Reflects light to brighten the skin, okay? So it looks like this. And that's what it looks like inside. So let me just kind of dip my finger in here. So I don't know if you can see, but it's got that little, it's kind of like the strobe cream by MAC, but I like it more. I don't know. So I just dip like a little bit of my brush right in there like that, and I dot it on. If I get too much, I just wipe it off. And I just kind of pounce it in as the highlight. And I do this sometimes before, sometimes after my foundation, sometimes both. It really doesn't matter. It just kind of like, you have to go, you know, less and then build on it. And it just makes my skin look dewy and fresh and glowy and not have that powdery look. And again, like blending, buffing is key. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's a little cool. You know, it's not like 70 or even 65, but I'll take it because we had rain the whole week. It was awful. Just awful. Okay, and then, stop barking. That really helps that they listen to me. So then with this brush, this is the Real Techniques blush brush. Ugh, a hair, of course, a hair somewhere. strewn across my face. There it is. Oh my God, I can't believe it. And I knew they were gonna bark. All right, cut it out. I'm using this color by MAC. It's called Blazing Hot. So this is the color right here. And let's see if you can read that. And I think Edgar sent this to me, my friend from Singapore, who is into Louis Vuitton, and I'm so jealous. Let's see, I'll just swatch it. It's like a, you know, peachy, glistening color. Just casual, not, you know, doesn't scream blush. Just makes me look undead. And I actually sometimes, I'll even run it through my brow, my crease. Oh, hair again. What the heck? Enough to drive. It's like a little fuzzy hair that's been floating around my apartment or house. Bert gets mad when I call him apartment. Okay, so I always like to, no matter what blush I'm wearing, incorporate it into my eyes. I just feel like it ties it together. And this has that orangey tinge, which I love on, you know, blue eyes. So I just kind of run it through the crease and a little higher. Just gives that little bit of warmth. I have a bunch of things to show you, so let me get together what the other things that I bought recently that I want to show you. First, these are not my nails. These are the Kiss, what are they called? The Kiss glue-on, but they're acrylic looking, so the French tip is through and through. You can't buff it off. So if you did want to wear color, you have to make sure that it's opaque and probably put at least two, maybe 3 coats. So that's what I have on my nails. And then on this little ring finger nail, I put, first I started with this new color. It's by Essie and it's called Summit of Style. And it's like a coppery, you know, they have the silver, they have the gold, they have the pink, but this is like a coppery rose gold, kind of more coppery, like a penny. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. In the sun. So that's what I have on there. And then it was still a little too chunky and sort of sporadic, like sparse. The glitter doesn't go on opaque. So I found these 2 things. Now there's a Walgreens right down the road from my new place that is like the best Walgreens I've ever seen in my life. They have all these new brands, and I had seen Tara from Tara Babies. I think she had the eyeshadow of these. These are the nail polishes, and the brand is, oh, it's right on here. Duh. It's by Noni. It's Noni Cream, Noniecreme, Color Prevails Nail Lacquer. And this is the gold one, and it's a beautiful glitter. Like, it goes on just absolutely perfectly. And this color is called Mr. Right. And I'm actually going to put it like on my pinky nail so that you can see how nicely it goes on. So you can see how just nicely that spreads out for a glitter. It's just like a little hint of glitter. And the bottle is super cute. It looks like a butterfly. And the other color I got is this really pretty baby blue. And this color is called, Bella, go lie down, Cry Baby. It's just a really pretty, like, robin's egg blue. So I thought those looked really pretty to display. So those are the nail polishes. I threw away a ton of nail polishes the day before I moved. And it was probably the hardest thing, I'm just cleaning my glasses, the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It was ridiculous. And even then I still have 3 big bags of nail polish. Because every one that I tried to throw away, I was like, oh, well, maybe I'm gonna need that. You know, what if I need that color? And I felt like every color, am I crooked here? I don't know. I felt like every color was necessary, and I hate that feeling. I literally would like to throw them all away and just have a couple of colors, but I can't. I can't. And then just 3 other products that I got. Oh, 4, sorry. Okay, 5. I did get the NARS, what is this called? Dual Intensity Blush in the color Fever. And I really got it for my eyes, and I wore it to work on my eyes, and at first I liked it, and then I didn't. I did wear it wet on my eyes, this color, which I just love for blue eyes, you know. That one, look at that. Okay, go lie down. Come on, stop clicking and go lie down. Go lie down on your bed. Lie down. Oh my God, I have the most untrained dogs in the world. So, that's what they look like swatched. Could wear one as a blush, actually. Let's do the darker one. Just a little pop right there. Yeah, that looks pretty. You know what I realized? I can't stand repetitive noises. Like, it really drives me crazy. So, Pom-Pom, stop barking. I mean, I don't know why I say it, because it doesn't do any good, but I have to say it, you know? Stop barking. Doesn't make them stop. The lipstick I'm going to put on is this new YSL that also everyone's raving about. Well, the 2 people, Lorraine from the Current Custom and Dara from Belle de Jour. Love this. I don't love it. I don't love it. I wish I did. It's number 20. It's a beautiful beige, and it smells delicious. But I don't know, you know, on me, what happens when you first put it on, it smells like melons or something. Okay, so when you first put it on, yes, it's gorgeous. And I always want to do this. Oh, because it smells like melons. It smells really good. It doesn't taste like anything. So it's a rather thinnish slip. What I call more of a greasy feel as opposed to a weighty feel. And initially when you put it on, it's a beautiful, beautiful beige. But what happens to me is as it wears off, I'm left with just the little flecks of glitter, and I don't like that. And I keep looking in the mirror to see if it's on or not. I felt like it dried out my lips after a while, so I mean, I keep it in my bag. It's a good throw-on lip gloss, you know, and I'm a lip gloss junkie. And then I got 2 other lip glosses. Another YSL. This one, it's the oil, and this was because of Lorraine as well. And this is in the, well, I just have a number here. 62L904. That can't be the number. Do you see how, like, or it can't be the name, whatever. It's the pink one. And it's an oil. Also has the great taste. But it does have a little bit of, you can see right there, pink to it. It's very pretty on the lips. And it's oily, which is good, you know, because I feel like, let me just take this off for a second. See, I have like, shh, I'm doing a video. Come on. Come on. Oh, man. See, so I just took off that beige one and I have little gold flecks all over my lips. I don't like it. Okay, so this is the oil, which is just a clear, but with a little bit of pink. Also oh my God, that's the wind. Also a, you know, like an oily, thin slip to it. And then the last thing I got, and I got it because of the name and the packaging. I just love the packaging. It's just a clear gloss from Pixie by Petra. I just loved how it was clear and very square. It's like a thick, clear bottle container. And this color is called Petal Ice Lip Lift Max. So I got it at Target, and it's, like I said, it's just a clear. It's got that kind of doe foot. It's a stickier clear. Smells like peppermint, but it doesn't kill your lips with the peppermint. That's it, just right there. I mean, it tastes a little bit minty, but it doesn't interfere with your eating or anything. I find the Buxom ones do. They're just so minty that if you get it in your mouth a little bit, everything tastes minty and your lips feel ice cold, and this doesn't do that. And it's a nice thick gloss that lasts a long time. Planners, you know, a lot of people have been doing reviews on their planners. And so I went to Michael's, I went to AC Moore, I debated, I have always had, let me show you, where are my planners? Oh, they're right here. So for years, I had this kind of a planner, and this is leather, and then I got this one, and this is leather, so this one is bigger, obviously, and this one is smaller. This used to be the most gorgeous purple. Oh, hello. Gorgeous purple, like that color. It's just faded over the years. And it's a Filofax, or Abyss. And Filofax is what I've been putting inside. It's the 6-ring. And then these are, which I also can't throw away, from 2008 and 9, and then this is 2010, 2011, 12, 13, and then I ended up switching. Oh, there's my ruler. Okay. Then I ended up switching to, oh, okay, so I guess I started out like this. I started out with these daytimers that you could, you know, throw away. So that's 2004. 2005, okay. And this is how I need to look at things. I need the month at a glance big, because I like to write like that. And then last year, I found this at, I think it was Target. So it's the, let's see, they're both, I don't know who they're by. This one's by a company called Green Room. And it's got the like plasticky front and then months here. And then behind each month, so like this is February of last year, month at a glance. And then behind the months, it had the Monday through Sunday. I need to see a week like that. I can't have it. Because, you know, if you think about it, how do you picture the days of the week in your head? Or how do you picture the months? Oh, this is interesting. Okay, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go off for a second. This is how I picture the alphabet. When I think of it in my head, I picture it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, the whole way. Just a straight line all the way across, A through Z. When I picture numbers like 1 through 100, I picture it as a clock. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then 13, 14, 15, 16, and to 100. So it's like a circle, like a clock, and then it goes on. So that's the alphabet and numbers. When I picture the months, I picture them January, February, March, April, May on one side, and then June, July, August, September, October, November, December on the other side. So January through May and June through December, just like blocks like that. And then when I picture days of the week, I picture them as blocks, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday. So that's why in this, I have to have it set up like that. So the one I got this year looks like this, also at Target, and it's just got the clear thingy-majingy, and just a pretty front. And I was late getting this, so this is March. And it has all my work schedule from the two. I bought colored pens too so I can see. So my old job was in the red. My new job is in the orange. Got my lips done. Let's see. Do I have moving on there? No, moving is in April. Moving. That's when I moved, and call Comcast to activate keys and whatever. Days that I get paid, things like that. And then I mostly only use the months at a glance, but let's just turn to a page that has nothing. So this is starting next week, Monday. I do have things in the back. I need some binder clips to keep them in. So that's nice and big where you can write stuff down. And I especially like this one over the one last year because it's got the Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It doesn't have Saturday and Sunday at the bottom, two little blocks. So anyways, that's my calendar that I'm using. I tried, and I still am trying, to put everything in my phone, which I do as well. But honestly, I just had cable come, and there was a problem with something. And then I do have this new handyman who I have to talk to you about. And also my move from hell, and give you a little bit more detail. But I couldn't, I had written their numbers down somewhere and I couldn't find them, and then I finally found where I'd written it down. So then I wrote it down in my phone, and then I wrote it down in here, and I thought, if I ever lose my phone, I'm in big trouble. Like, I won't lose this because this really doesn't go out with me. It stays at home on my desk. But if I lose my phone, I'm in big trouble. So everything that's in my phone, I do need it on paper as well because I'm old school. So let me just quickly tell you a little bit about the move, what happened, because I added annotations to my video entitled The Move from Hell, but I can't see them for some reason, and so I don't know if you can see them. And it was a little confusing. Basically, what happened was I had lived for 12 years with the same landlord, who was wonderful. And then one day he came over, I guess. I wasn't home, and he dropped dead in front of the sidewalk. And so, so his wife continued to, you know, own the building, and then she ended up getting bladder cancer, and she's fighting that now. She had to have her bladder removed, and her daughter was like, you know what, Mom, in your older age, I just want you to enjoy the money, because the building was like almost about a $2.2 million building with 3 apartments that could be turned into condos, and each one sold off for $800,000, I think. So she sold the building. Now, my lease ended in August, and I was paying a wonderful amount in rent. They never charged me very much. I was basically stealing the place. But the new owners that bought it really wanted all 3 tenants out early, because they were closed. They were buying it April 1st, which now it's been April 13th. But they wanted everyone out early so that they could start renovations, because they are gutting the whole thing. And so I said to them, well, I'll move out early because, I had my lease. They had to honor my lease through the end of August. But September 1st is not a great time, especially in like a Brookline, that's where I lived, in Boston, a college town. It's not a great time to move. So it really did benefit me to look earlier. But I wasn't going to let them know that. So I said to them, well, I'll move out early. I'll make every attempt to look for a new place. But, rents have gone up, and I was getting a really great deal. And so basically I ended up finding this place, and I said to them, okay, I found a place, but the rent is $400 more than what I'm paying now. So I said, so if you want me to move out early, you need to pay me the difference for the 5 months that I could stay at the other place. So 5 times 400 is $2,000. So you need $2,000 to get me out, and I want you to pay for movers, the whole thing. And he was like, so I said, with a cap, we'll do a $3,000 cap on moving. So he said $2,000 cap on moving, and I said $2,500, and he said okay. And then I said, so that was that, and he agreed to that, and I have it all written up. So the day that I was going to move in here, he was going to give me, which he did, a check for $2,000, so that my rent is basically the same for 5 more months. And then he was going to hire and take care of the movers, because he's in real estate, and his friend who's doing the construction, owns a construction company and knows a whole bunch of people. So we kept getting closer and closer to the date of moving, and I kept texting him, and they're really both hard to get in touch with. So I kept texting him saying, what are the name of the movers? I don't feel comfortable not knowing who's moving me. And he was like, most people don't know who moves them. And I said, no, that's not true. I mean, when you hire a mover, you know the moving company. So he said, my partner Jeff, he owns a big construction company with lots of guys, and we're going to hire trucks and have the guys move you. So I said, oh, okay. So I knew that they weren't insured movers. I didn't really care. What I was thinking was the only piece of furniture that mattered to me were obviously my TVs and my grandmother's hutch, that big hutch that's in my bedroom. So they showed up the day of moving. 4 very nice guys, plus Jeff, plus Tim, the new owners. And that was when the whirlwind happened. Like, it was very unorganized, because they're not real movers. I didn't want real movers, because I've had nightmares with them too. They wrap everything to extreme. I mean, I don't need everything wrapped, but these guys wrapped nothing. They had 2 minivans, basically, 4 guys, and supposedly were hired for 8 hours, but they ended up leaving after 4 because Jeff and Tim left. And so anyways, so what happened was Jeff was like, okay, you go to the new place and wait there for us, and we'll come. And I didn't feel comfortable doing that, but he was very insistent. So I left the dogs and the cat in the bathroom at the old place, packed up my car with Burke. We came to the new place, and that's when I started taping, waiting for the movers to come. So they showed up, and they couldn't get anything in my house. They couldn't get the sofas. They couldn't get Burke's trundle bed. They couldn't get my queen box spring. And then they just started getting all the other stuff in, and like everything I had packed in black garbage bags, and some things in boxes, and they just were putting them in any room. So I was basically having to move twice. And then they were putting it in the doorways of the room. And so you couldn't get in, and then they weren't putting the bed frame together. You know, like you put the bed frame together before you put the mattress in the room. Like they brought up what they could. So I didn't know if my mattress was gonna get in and everything, and the guys started to get really rude. Jeff and Tim had left. They weren't putting anything back together. They had taken off my front and back doors. And I was trying to help a little, so I was like, do you guys have a wrench so I can put my desk together? And they're like, we don't have any tools. And I said, well, how is that possible? Because you just undid my son's bed. And they're like, I don't know, like no one knew anything. And the head guy was like, you better call Jeff, or I'm gonna call Jeff and tell him you're not cooperating. And even my neighbor, she was like, do you guys want a drink of water? And the head guy was like, don't talk to anybody here. You're only gonna talk to me, to his men. And she was like, I was just offering them a drink of water. So it was like awful. And Gungar was supposed to help, and he had been here, but then his sister fainted, and so he went to the hospital. And Gungar was really smart. He's like, oh no, they just have to take out the windows and put things through the windows. So I said that to this guy, and he's like, I'm not putting anything through the window. So he wasn't willing to do whatever it took to get me from one place to the other, which real movers would have done. And had I known, like I was gonna probably even tip them, or I would have paid more, whatever. I tried to call Jeff, I tried to call Tim. I was like, can you guys please tell them to just give me some tools? I mean, I just want to put my desk together, and I want Burke's bed. No, they wouldn't get back to me. And all of a sudden, 1 o'clock, 4 hours, the movers just left. And that's how they left me. So Judy, my next door neighbor, who is the manager of this house, she's a real estate agent, so she was the agent on this when I went to get this house. She knew a really great handyman, Brian, who I basically gave him some money, and he's on retainer for me to do all these things. He's amazing. Like, we text back and forth. He's just the cutest, sweetest, nicest person ever. He was able to get everything in except for my sofa. He could have gotten my sofa, but I was like, you know what? I want a new sofa anyways. Oh, shoot. I don't know where this cut off. Anyways, I'll pick it up from here. Let's see where it cut off. So, anyways, I was saying that's why it's important to hire licensed movers, even though there's problems with that too. I've had real problems with licensed movers as well, but nothing to the extent of this. And then, and I felt really just very all alone, and, you know, it's times like this that I wish I had a man in my life to take care of me. Usually I can take care of myself, but it was in this case. So anyways, it's all over. I'm liking the new place. So is Burke. I have Brian, who I can call and text, and he's going to help me with the sofa and get it in and all that stuff. And so that's where I am. So I'm still debating whether I want to announce the names of Jeff and Tim, because they are known. There's obviously a real estate agency that one of them owns, and a construction company, and I have the names of both of those. And I would only be announcing them so that nobody else, not that they would move anybody, I don't think they would do that anymore, but these are bad people. They're very bad people. Like, I don't know how Jeff could sleep at night leaving me stranded like that. And I had left him a text and a voicemail, and I wrote him this text. Hi Jeff, it's Lori. How are you? I'm just wondering if you're going to come back to put my front and back doors on since they're still off, and put my kitchen table back together. Oh, and some things are missing, like lamps and things like that. So can you please have the guys look in your truck to see what is still there, and please bring it back. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. You have 2 daughters, right? I only hope that they are treated as nicely as you treated me. Never heard back from him. And then I've written the guy Tim, and what he put me through to get that extra $5,500, which was really just what I've paid Brian. Like, I'm not making money on this. I wasn't out to do that. I wasn't out to try and get more money. And then he had me sign this paper saying that I won't bring any future lawsuits against them and blah, blah, blah. And then I had to go downtown in rush hour traffic in the morning to pick up the check, and he wouldn't give me cash, and he wasn't even there, and it was raining. It was just like one thing after another. In the meantime, my friends Marjorie and Roberta and Gungur, they're like, hey, what's happening? Want to go out for a drink? I'm like, are you kidding? Oh, and then I started the new job, and I'm working extra hours, and I was just like, are you kidding me? I don't even have time. Like, any moment that I had a free time, I had to sleep. I was exhausted. I was absolutely exhausted. So yesterday and today, and actually the day before, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, have been wonderful days. I'm settled in. I'm stress-free. I did my hair. I did my makeup. I did 3 videos. Things are good now. So I'm back to my old self. But I cried every night, sobbing. I just want to go home. I want to go home. I'm so homesick. The first night, Burke had a friend sleep over for 2 nights, which was wonderful. Thank God, because I was a wreck. I felt so alone, sobbing, so homesick, and now I'm over the other place. Like, this is the new life. This is it. And even though the area isn't a beautiful tree-lined street like the other one, and is kind of dumpy looking in the back, everything looks nicer on a sunny day, first of all. It's a different kind of living, and I love that I was able to give Burke a house for his last 3 years of high school, and he has a backyard, and I have a deck, and he has a beautiful, like, master suite upstairs with a new bathroom that's being installed, and he loves his room. It's big. I had looked at a lot of places. Nothing was, you can't get everything in this place. Allowed the pets. So everything's really good. Thank you for being so patient and missing me and all the little jabs on Instagram about, where were you? I'm having Lori withdrawals. I know you're all kidding, and I know it's just funny, and I liked it. I appreciated it. So anyways, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye.